public service announcement from Philip.
Get your shit together.
That's a general PSA for all the world. Hello, America.
Hey, everybody. Hello. Pull your knee back, babe. You're shaking the camera stand.
It's an earthquake. Ah! Hello.
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 And welcome to this week's edition of
Nitta be damned.
I'm Gregory Patrick.
And I'm Philip Champlain.
And boy, I don't know how much of your time we're going to take this week because I am piss-ass tired. I am tired. I am fucking tired.
He's been working.
Woo! Anybody
working.
ever see that episode of The Golden Girls where Blanche decides she wants to be one of the great Southern writers of all time, so she stays up for 24 hours writing her new book, and she comes in there just like hysterically weird? That's how I feel.
Okay.
I have been up since about 1:30 this morning because my husband, he doesn't have night terrors. He has night MMA fights. I don't know who he's battling, but he takes it out on me.
I didn't warn him. I forgot.
It's like, oh, boom, oh. He's down. Waiting for fucking, what's the
You got all of this. Hey, I'm so just to forewarn you all. He has all of this great space.
Yeah, we've got a pretty
big bed.
Yeah.
And he has plenty of space to get away from this, and he comes to the middle, or he sleeps diagonally. So he puts himself in these situations. I can't help. There's a cone of danger in our bed.
I'm just waiting for like the Mortal Kombat voiceover that says like, finish him.
And then the arm comes across the neck. It's done.
I know. Yeah. So I sat up in bed at like 1:30 after having been pummeled a couple of times, and I just went.
I was asleep. Soundly.
Well, I might as well get up and make the donuts.
It is 2 o'clock. Normally you would be awake, so...
I usually get up between 2:30, 3 o'clock, but we were up late last night. I didn't go to bed until like 10-something.
I think that's why.
10-something is late for me.
I was watching the new Iron Fist season 2.
Okay,
so that may have been why I was flailing in bed. Maybe I was reenacting I was the karate guy in my dreams. Man. That's very possible.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So anyway, we're gonna do a show for you anyway.
I didn't sit up and say, I am the immortal Iron Fist.
This is not going to be our Patreon-only show.
Are you sure?
Yes, because we have a very big announcement at the end of this episode.
I know, I have no idea what it is.
Okay, we'll get to that later, but we have a big fun announcement.
It better be.
At the end. See,
hopefully in a commercial break I'll find out what it is, so I'm not overly surprised.
Well, let's go ahead and take... Well, I was kind of thinking maybe we could do this show... Well, I was kind of thinking maybe we could do this show without having to do any edits, but okay, I actually have to take a bath, so cut. Okay, I'm going to have a cigarette. And while I do that, Philip is going to tell you about the homework he didn't do for this week's episode. Remember, kids? Last week we were talking about... Now, if you're on our Patreon, y'all heard it. But now y'all are on YouTube, you don't know what the fuck they were talking about. Tell them, Philip.
It was supposed to be video gaming in... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me flip this.
Flip it and reverse it.
Fiber arts in gaming. I did no homework.
No.
I just played Fallout 4.
I did do them.
Now, however, I did collect about 40 skeins of cotton yarn.
In what game?
In Fallout 4.
Okay, apparently tell these people what
It's happens. A crafting item. So you use it to turn it into cloth, which is what you do with yarn.
Which is ironic because none of his characters have any clothes on. It's a bunch of men running around in their underwear.
And ladies, but it happens to be a majority of men. They seem to be it's a lot less than 50-50.
So all of America wants to know, what are you using the cotton you find for anyway?
To build my own ballistic armor. That's right. I combine it with some duct tape and something else, and it becomes ballistic weave.
So last week, Philip was just kind of blurted out of the middle of nowhere. I had to collect skeins of yarn in my video game. And I'm like, what the
But in doing my research, I discovered that it was a lot less involved Well, I mean, I've collected 20 skeins of yarn, but not one time did I pull out any needles of any kind or a hook to make anything.
You know, maybe some people should start sending some emails to the Fallout 4 people and say Fallout 5 should have some knitting needles in there. You should have, that should be a task that you have to do. You got to sit there and knit yourself some socks before you can proceed. I think we're onto something.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
But in his research, he found something very similar than that.
No.
It was a Barbie.
Yeah, I was
He's not
Googling,
sure if he wants to discuss it.
I was Googling video games with knitting.
Yes.
I kept getting knitting video games, you know, and it's like, you know, Google has all the power on the planet, but they couldn't decipher exactly what I was looking for. So they kept giving me this Barbie video game where you got to pick the right color for the right row, and I'm like, oh, that's, I don't know. I think it's probably for children.
Yeah, it looked like a rug.
Young Japanese girls.
It looked like remember when we were kids and you had the rug loom? And it made little cozies and things like that. And sometimes you could get them where they were bigger squares or circles, and you would weave rubber bands together, I guess is what they were, stretchies.
Everybody made their grandmother pot holders.
Correct.
That's right.
Correct. Because it took a long time, and it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But it could be fun. So anyway, yeah, there weren't really anything involved with it. All of it that I could find or didn't find, and that I've noticed, is all crafting items. It's like you get a picture of it, but you don't actually have to do anything physically with it. It turns into whatever you need it to turn into.
You just say, I need it to be this.
It gives you, like, you'll find the yarn, and it'll say it equals 2 cloth.
2 cloth what?
2 cloth, just 2 fabric cloth swatches. That you take 20 swatches and you can turn into a shirt or a pair of pants.
See, that would make the game much more complicated if you had to sit there and knit the motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
See,
yes.
I think we should all talk to Fallout 4.
It's already quite complicated enough.
Okay, all right. But
now I do agree that there could be, and I've seen that, like with all this virtual reality stuff,
yeah,
that they could do knitting and crochet with a virtual reality game. I could see that being a possibility, especially a teaching agent for people who've never been able to do it.
Okay, I guess we're going way out of my concept though. But
well, I mean, you could here's the idea.
My headspace is not into what Tesla would be doing with yarn.
Well, here's the idea: is you take it and you teach in the book in the game, the virtual reality game, they're knitting or whatever, and then they have a 3D printer, and the 3D printer makes the object that they make in the game.
Maybe we should talk to Tesla.
See?
Hey, Elon. Did you see the video of him smoking the alleged joint?
Who?
Did you? Elon Musk.
No.
Okay, he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. Mm-hmm. Joe, if you're listening, have us on or come on ours. We would love to have you. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's a great podcast.
Yep, he's a conservative homosexuals in the real.
And Joe Rogan is hot.
Joe Rogan. Oh yeah, the bald comedian.
I mean,
isn't he a stand-up comedian?
He's actually
political.
Yes.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's actually pretty hilarious.
Pretty funny, but yes. I got onto him from Fear Factor back in the fucking early noughts.
Oh, that's right.
But anyway.
That's right.
He had Elon Musk on his show.
Okay.
And he said, here, try a joint. Have you ever smoked a joint? He goes, well, I don't really like to smoke pot that often because it's like the reverse of coffee or some shit like that. Anyway.
Whatever.
So he takes he's got a blunt, takes a big hit, and doesn't inhale, and blows it out and gives this kind of pretentious, like, I didn't feel nothing. Well, you gotta inhale it to feel something.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Ask Bill Clinton.
But yes. Well, apparently he didn't inhale.
Yes. Well, neither did Elon Musk, apparently. He just went like this.
Maybe he wouldn't have allegedly raped as many women if he had actually inhaled the joint.
I don't feel anything.
It doesn't absorb into your tongue, sir.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It's not a topical.
No, it's not. No, not yet. We'll get there.
Really?
We'll get there.
Marijuana chapstick.
Yes. Slowly absorbs throughout the day. Lasts for 30 minutes.
I have been doing a ton of Philip's craft. Philip is the crocheter. I'm the knitter.
Yes.
I've been doing a shitload of crocheting because I just needed to take a break from knitting. You know, I was starting to feel a little burnout.
His hands were hurting.
My hands were hurting.
He's a big old
crochet is a different movement. What did you just say?
Big old.
Audience, it's up to you to tell me what he said when I wasn't listening to him, which is most of the time.
It's how our relationship works.
All right, so anyway. Gosh, damn, good thing we got beer today.
I'm telling you. It's beer and almost bedtime.
So,
All right.
if any of you do a lot of, I don't know what the psychological impulse is. However, there seem to be a lot of knitters and crocheters, as we call ourselves, that have a lot of UFOs around the house, unfinished objects. It's like you get started on a project, and then something happens, and you get distracted, or you get bored, or you just find a new yarn, and you're like, I got to play with this right now, right away, or you see a new pattern.
See what it looks like, and you want to play with it.
You want to do the same thing.
Fair enough.
I've got UFOs. Okay, here, this is my workspace, and it is filled with shit. Okay, just hand me that top one right there.
Why don't I just hand you
the top one?
The top one?
Yeah. Okay, so this was a crocheted in the V-stitch blanket with this giant ass skein of jumbo yarn from Red Heart. Jumbo from Red Heart yarn.
I like it.
Anyway, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But you know what? Here's what bothers me. Doing the same stitch over and over with the same colorway. I was like, man, this is boring.
But you're all about your...
Bored. Now give me the next one. Now give me the next one. So, the same colors, right? Just drop it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, fuck.
All right.
Who cares? So, all that color, lack of color, I was like, all right, here we go. Now we're going to do something fun, okay? I did this like giant granny square. You can't even see the colors, can you?
Because wait.
Ooh.
Oh, my hair is...
It's a very kind of Art Deco with neutral tones, with hints of darker tones, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, then I've got, hand me that right there. Hand me that one right there. No.
Oh.
That one. Okay, so then I'm working on this. It's too late by the time she gets here. She will have seen this episode.
Yes.
Okay, this is a pair of socks I started working on because we got
special guest coming.
We'll get to that.
Oh.
But we got a couple of bucks extra last month, and I said, I'm going to treat myself to some sock yarn. And so I did. And then I got bored. So you've got UFOs all over the place. I feel your problem. Here's the thing we've got to focus on. If it's one thing I'm a bitch about, what did you say?
Finishing.
Yes. Well, yes. It's I'm a good starter.
We're gonna start talking.
I am a shitty finisher.
We're gonna rename UFOs.
I'd like
to completions. Let's no longer have a list of UFOs. Let's have a list of completions.
Just finish your shit. Just pick it up.
Finish your shit.
Just trudge through it, man.
It shouldn't
just grab a beer
and trudge it
and just binge something and just work your way through it like a shitty 8-hour work day.
Yes.
You know?
You just have to do it. Especially if you're making money off of your projects.
Yeah.
And you've got all these UFOs, you're really
okay, now that's the funny thing.
Don't lack the focus.
None of these projects are my money makers. These are all for me personally. My money maker stuff, I'm like, boom, we're done by the end of the day. Sell it, got to be sold.
I don't really have an answer for that because these are all not making any money.
That's what I just said. These are not my money makers. But my moneymaker stuff, like my teddy bears and my stuffed animals, those are done by the end of the day.
I think you should stop wasting your time on things that aren't making you any money.
No.
I'm just teasing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No. No, you see, you got to have a distraction like that. You can't watch the same show every day. You can't take the same route every day. If you do, you start to lose the passion and interest of what you're doing anyway. So you have to put down the knitting for a second to pick up crocheting.
Okay.
That's all.
That's fair.
That's all.
You have to stop being a cook for a little while and become a truck driver.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then while you're driving your truck, you're like, I really miss the time I had being a cook.
And I'm going to go back to do that for a little while. For a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you a cook or a truck driver at the moment?
Right now?
So basically what I'm trying to say is, because my husband keeps getting off on these weird... whatever you do, don't get metaphysical.
Not yet.
We'll be here all day. So anyway, what I'm trying to get to is, I think we should start all... we all have Facebook, we all got Instagram, all that shit. If you have this collection of UFOs around the house, put them up and say, All right, I need some help and encouragement getting this one finished. All right, who's in with me? Instead of what do you call it, a knit along or a crochet along?
Finish everything along.
A crochet along.
Yeah, finish your shit along.
Let's
finish your shit along. There we go. That's right.
Finish your shit crochet along.
That's right. Come on now. There's a lot of I understand. There's a lot of reason for that. You get it done. It gives you that feeling of accomplishment.
Yeah.
You get it either a gift or it's for yourself. It's a finished gift or project. It's not something you're just working on. And if it's your money makers again, you're getting them out the door.
Yeah. See, like the socks is a gift.
Yes.
Okay.
Apparently everything else we're turned into.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God! Are we going to start having macrame?
No.
Are there going to be macrame owls hanging from the ceiling?
Remember
those?
Crochet.
Crochet
No, it doesn't work. So it's
shit.
No macrame.
No macrame.
But the other two blankets that I'm working on, the crochet Afghans, one is supposed to be our bed for when winter comes.
Yes.
In 4 months.
Yeah. For 2 weeks.
So I know what I'm doing. I'm giving myself time. The other one is just to throw. Because here's the deal. Judy, we get sent a ton of yarn a lot. Mm-hmm. Sometimes unsolicited. This time it was solicited. But we get boxes of yarn all the time. Yep. And it's all in that spare room. And I said, Philip, we got to find something to do with it. So I'm just going to start making up blankets to get rid of it.
Yes.
And so instead of getting ourselves another comforter or anything like that for wintertime, I figured we'd have plenty of blankets to throw on the bed if we get cool.
If we don't, something's wrong.
Yes.
Because I want them to be gigantic. I mean, we have a king-size bed, so this thing is going to be huge. And I think it's going to be lovely.
And hopefully use up a lot of that.
We're going to get a picture of him when it's about 3/4 of the way done, and how big it's going to be just mounted on the floor.
No, we'll just throw it on the bed and go, here's our bed. Here's a little bacon.
It's not the right size yet, gentlemen. Not the right size.
Keep going. Public service announcement from Philip.
Get your shit together.
That's a general PSA for all the world. Hello, America. Get your shit together. What he's referring to.
Let's start over.
Okay.
And let me finish. Let me finish.
No, she left so much of a pause, and that was it. That was it. That's the title of this week's show. Get your shit together. Okay.
All right, let's do it again. 1, 2. All right.
I'm not cutting any of that. I'm using it, so you just might as well just go.
All right. You guys ain't picked up from the last hurricane from last year. I'm not sure why yet. I'm sure there's financial reasons or whatever, but there's some big ones coming, and I hope you're all safe.
Yeah.
Get some food and some water. Buckle it down. Get out. Whatever you have to do. Don't get yourself in the same predicaments you got yourself into last year. And if you did well, congratulations. Help the neighbor.
Yeah.
Help your neighbor.
There's a big... this is actually... Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the hurricane that hit us last year.
Yeah. We were out of power for
almost
4 days.
4 days.
And we were living outside underneath the umbrella.
Thank God I had the good sense to go to the Asian grocer.
Oh, yes.
And get
a propane burner to cook on.
Yes, so we had plenty to eat.
Yep.
What spoiled we threw away, but we had plenty of canned stuff that we were able to eat. And we had coffee every morning.
Non-perishable goods, right? Is that correct?
What are you trying to say?
Get canned foods, stuff that will non-perishables. Don't stick with fucking sandwich meats and bread because they do that all the time. It doesn't last.
They get like a cooler and they fill it with hot dogs and lunch meat, and you're like, this is going to be done by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
You're not going to find any more ice.
No.
What you got is what you got.
Yeah. We've been collecting water. We have 6 jugs of water right now.
I have been collecting water because it's that time of year. People are like, oh, you should start a hurricane season. No, hurricane season is really nasty in September.
Yep.
That's when they all start hitting you. August and September.
And people will go in and rob the whole store of everything at once. So we gradually get it. You don't have to get it all at one time. That's when you make everybody crazy.
Yeah. So what I do is when I go to the supermarket, I buy a jug or 2 of water.
Yes.
And add it to my groceries.
A couple cans of soup. We got Spam.
I've never had it before. And I
poor
don't
people
want
who
us
need
to have a
some.
hurricane, but at the end of hurricane season, if we haven't had one, I'm gonna bust open this Spam.
We got some fried Spam sandwiches coming. He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
No.
But they are, it is good fry. You fry them crispy on the outside. Crispy.
Okay.
You know, like dark brown crispy. And you eat them with mayonnaise and mustard and slice of tomato.
Pick yourself up an extra, I don't know, bottle of wine or something just to stow away because
Yes, because it's enjoyable. You want to have something.
It's not enjoyable. But here's the thing:
What?
is that the night it's happening
Mm-hmm.
is the night you want to be inebriated because there's nothing you can do.
Fair
Shit's
enough.
going down. And
Relax.
Relax. And it's the 3 or 4 days after that where you're trying to figure out what kind of crisis that you're in that you need to have your shit together here.
So be focused and well rested after the event.
Right. So get yourself a bottle of wine the night it's happening. Go to sleep. Let all the noises just happen. So one of our previous episodes, if you look in our YouTube channel, was this time last year when we were preparing for the hurricane that was a-coming.
Yes.
I think that was the title of the episode was There's a Hurricane
A-coming.
A-coming. Y'all can go back and look at that one and get some really helpful hints and have a good time, especially when Philip teaches you how to do a whore bath properly.
Oh, whore bathing.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's
Because you're going to have to do that after you lose power.
long trips and no water, you need it. You got a bottle. You got an 8-ounce bottle of water in your hand, and some of it you got to drink. So you got 4 ounces to bathe with. It's enough, I swear.
Don't use rice and beans as a staple in a crisis because you're using your usable water to soak shit and cook shit in. You don't want to do that.
And here's another one. When you go out to eat seafood or barbecue and they give you wet naps, always ask for extras and put those in your bag or your pocket because those are always great in an emergency. Four.
Kind of, down in here.
Yeah.
Smelly.
Not smelly anymore because that alcohol swap will take care of it. Gregory, calm down. Because we're going to get some la 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 in a minute. This is all this rubbing you're doing. Yeah. Looking crazy. Wait, remember, barbecue, alcohol swabs. They're great for cleaning. Oh, wait, here we go. Right?
Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and close this out.
Okay.
All right, so this is why this is not a Patreon-only show this week, is because I want to make an announcement.
Oh, no.
Next week's show is a big episode.
Is that next week?
That is next week's show.
Jesus.
The weekend of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Our anniversary.
That is part of the big episode. There's another component. We have a special guest.
She's back.
Yes, she will be back.
Shaniqua is coming back. Wasn't that her stage name? No, it's not Shaniqua. That was a rooster I lived with.
That was a rooster?
Yeah, her name was Shaniqua.
Okay.
She was a black rooster with a red
You think you know
nose.
somebody. Okay. This is my rooster, Shaniqua.
Shaniqua.
Okay, anyway, we'll discuss that another time. But here's the thing. You're only going to be able to see that episode if you join us on Patreon.
That's true.
It's only $2 a month.
That's right.
And if you're only joining us for a month to see this special, big,
That's fine too.
bombastic episode.
Absolutely, because it should be worth it.
With our special guest who is back once more. She was on our show once, and it was one of the
Episode 22.
No, episode 13.
Oh.
Yes. I keep notes. Anyway,
I've not been paying attention.
She was so much fun. She's back in town next week, and she's going to be on our show again.
Okay.
And it's the 23rd is also our wedding anniversary. We'll have been married for 2 years. 2 years
Together for 5.
We've been together for 14 years. No, we've been together for 4 years. Been married 2 of them.
That's fair. It seems about 50-50.
It's going to be until next year. No, it will be, actually. We've been together. No, it won't be. Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
It's fucked up calculus and shit. So we hope you join us on Patreon.
Yes.
There's a link down below. And everybody says, if you like this episode, like and share. And
share with your friends. We try to be funny.
All that stuff.
My husband can be interesting.
I've tried.
He's tried.
And I think I'm doing good at it. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us this week. I'm gonna finish this beer and I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, I'm gonna have something to eat first, but we'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.
On Patreon.
Bye. It's like Carol Burnett. I don't know who I'm nodding to.
Okay, so Carol Burnett's over here doing this, and you're over here, bye. And so somebody. Good night, everybody.